are bringing new customers, please can you consider sponsoring us to continue marketing you? So I am just saying this because they did a very, very good job on us and all our other people that have come behind us, our siblings, blah blah blah. So that's why I recommend options. Hi guys, how are you doing? SHILLAH BOIT here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for watching our videos. You guys have been so amazing. We've seen a biggest rise of followers over the past few days. Like we are nearly a month and you guys have done so much great following and sharing to other people. Thank you so much. You guys are so amazing and we love you so much. If you are new here, please remember to subscribe. Remember to hit the bell so that you get notified whenever I post another new video. Also, thank you for the love that you've been with us. Thank you for showing us that your videos. Thank you for sending DMs of your videos, of your cooking videos, especially for the past few days that we've done. So today I have a guest because we have a very beautiful topic we are all going to discuss. This topic has been the most asked in our DMs, especially me and his. That's why we had to come here together so that we can address this issue once and for all. So guys, yay, meet my guest.
Hi guys, I'm really happy to be here today to be part of this YouTube channel, and as a family we really want to thank you for the subscriptions that you guys have subscribed, you've shared with your friends and relatives, and we're really happy because we are growing, and thank you so much. So my wife did invite me today to be part of this session, and I'm looking forward to answering some of the queries that people have been DMing her, and yeah, welcome, thank you.
So guys, the topic we are talking about today is none other than how to immigrate to Australia. So immigrating to Australia is a process and it involves there's the simplest, easiest and expensive way, and there is the longest way, but it is the cheapest, and yeah, it requires a lot of patience. So the first question was, how can I immigrate to Australia? And I'll hand it over to him to discuss.
All right, thank you so much. So since my coming to Australia, and a lot of people have been asking me questions on how we can be able to migrate to Australia. Can you refer us to the agent that we use, or which is the simplest way, which is the easiest way? Because in Kenya, most people have been used to going to UK or the USA, and there's usually a process which is involved, and therefore the same process which is involved going to the US is almost the same with Australia, but there's a little bit of difference. So coming to Australia, personally, we came through an agent. So the agent did apply a school for us, and once we got an offer letter from the school, you can choose whatever course or whichever course you would like to pursue, be it degree, be it diploma, whatever you would like to do. And therefore, once you get an offer letter, you pay the fees. Once you pay your fees, you get the confirmation of enrollment. After getting the confirmation of enrollment, you use that to load your visa, you do your medicals. Once the visa has been approved, you come to Australia, and therefore that is the first way of coming to Australia, which is the most efficient or the most easiest way that a lot of people have been using, and we use that route. And
sorry, let me disrupt a bit and add something on the student. So also on the student, which is self-sponsored, it is the quickest way because it will take roughly 2 or 3 months for everything to, like, for the process to finish, and it has some requirements. So that's why it's the most expensive, is because you have to pay a lot of school fees, and you also have to have a bank statement to prove that you are able to sustain yourself here in Australia, and I think that's the most required. Yeah, and you have to undergo medicals. But that one is expensive, but it is the most easiest and the most nearly surest way, because whenever you load a visa as a student, there's a higher chance of you getting the visa. Yeah, and also for the student, I would recommend, if you have a spouse or you have a partner, it is best to come together, because here life is so hard and you have to get someone who you have to talk to, you have to work together. It's so hard, so you can understand if you're here or yeah. So if you have someone, it is good to come together. And for us, my husband came a few months earlier, and then I followed him after 3 months. It is an easy process, so it's not very hard. But now there is a very easier way, because someone can be able to load the visa with the spouse at the same time, which has made it very, very easier, and you don't have to leave your partner at home. So yeah, when you go to the agent, we used Options Education Agency. We are not sponsored by Options, but Options, if you think we are doing a great job and bringing new customers, please, and you consider sponsoring us to continue marketing you. So I am just saying this because they did a very, very good job on us and all our other people that have come behind us, our siblings, blah blah blah. So that's why I recommend Options. Options is in Eldoret and in Nairobi, so you can visit them and they will explain to you everything. I will put the number here of the person that I know from there, and then you can just call her and she will explain, or she will recommend you if you're in Nairobi, if you're in wherever, or she'll be able to direct you to the right person. Yeah.
All right, there is a second way which I was not aware when I was in Kenya, but when I came over here, I was able to understand that you can get a scholarship which can be fully funded or partially funded. But the problem is there is usually a long process, and there's a lot of things, a lot of documentation that is required, because mostly when you're coming for masters, you need to have find a tutor or a fellow who will be able to guide you through your thesis. You need to write your proposals. You need to really have performed well. So it's another way of coming to Australia, and you'll not struggle, because if you get a fully sponsored scholarship, it will be able to provide you with a stipend, which is like an income throughout your study. So you'll not be struggling a lot, though there are a lot of conditions that come with that. But I'm not really informed much about the scholarship, because myself, I came through the student visa, and that's why I know there are ways you can get scholarship. But the most important thing is you can go to Google, communicate with any university that it's of interest to you, look for that course that you want, and you can communicate to the university, and they will really guide you through the process. Because the good thing about here is universities are really genuine. They have very good people who can give you a chance. As long as you have your skills, as long as you have good documentation, you'll be able to go through the process and come over here. And then
let me add on the scholarship a bit. So on the scholarship also, I've also noticed that most of us, we didn't try and check. So what you can do when you are home and you don't have that amount of money and you want to come and study, you can just it doesn't cost you to try. So you can just Google the universities in Nairobi. Just Google universities in not Nairobi, in Australia. Check through all the universities, check their requirements, and check if they have scholarship. Then in the scholarship part, you can check for the international student scholarship. And then from there, you can be able to see what requirements they want. You can try and apply, or you can try and inquire on them. So it's just about you going and checking on their websites, Googling and doing that research. Yeah, so just do the research about scholarship. No one will tell you about scholarship. It is just up to you to try and find. Sometimes they will even have like 25% scholarship, which is very good, because if you pay school fees of like 15,000, 25% scholarship is a lot of money. It's like 5,000 or 4,000. So it is very, very good. So yeah.
All right. The third way is coming in as a skilled immigrant, and Australia has really shortage of skilled people. That's why they're always they're always opening it up for international people to apply, and it's a long but easiest way, because once you come here as a skilled migrant, you come here with a lot of what can I say, not favors, because you come here as a resident, whereby you migrate with your family. You're not struggling over here because already you have a job secured, and you have access to Medicare, which is like you can't pay for your health insurance, and it will really be an easy channel for your family to settle. The problem is it's a long and tedious process, because you have to apply for that job, they have to look at your experience, you have to go through the assessing body. More so when you are doing, if you are an IT specialist, you have to go through the Association of Computer Society Australia. If you are an actuarist, you have to go through the Actuarial Society of Australia. If you are a professional accountant, they have to look into the professional body over here in Australia. If you have done all the other courses relating to statistics, mathematics, or whatever, you have to go through, your skill has to be assessed by a body called VETASES. If you are a nurse, you have to be registered as APRA, which is a body in Australia for nurses. If you're a social worker, you have to they have to assess your skill with the social work. So they look through your years of experience, they look through your pay slips and stuff. So it's a really heavy scrutiny. But once you go through that process and you get approved, then trust me, you'll be able to come here to Australia. It's a long and tedious process. There's a bit of money involved. I think approximately 600 to 1 million Kenya shillings. It could take up to 2 years. It could take up to 15 months, 3 years. I don't know. But that is another way of coming to Australia. I would invite back my wife to, yeah.
So for the skilled migrant, I would like advise the people who are like working already, who have jobs already, and you're not in a hurry to get here, to try that one. There's no need of like you are employed somewhere as a banker or something, and then you apply again for student visa, because it doesn't make sense. So just if you are working somewhere already, you have that experience, just take the chance and start applying as soon as now, so that by the time you are by 2 years or 1 year, you never know how long it will take. And because us from Kenya, we are not very informed about it. So because if you see here, we have a lot of people from West Africa who came as skilled migrant, but most of us here came as student visa. But we also have other Kenyans who came with skilled migrants. Yeah, but are very, very few. That's why there's not so much information about it, especially in Kenya. But if you feel like you want to try it, just maybe look for an agent and just ask them, let's just Google and try and see what we can do to try this. And I will advise someone who is done nursing or pharmaceuticals. These people, they want a lot of nurses. So as a nurse, if you've done diploma or something, you can apply for 1 year course here, or you can even apply as a student. When you get here, you come and change into 1 year course, and that 1 year course will help you a lot to get the registration here. So if you're a nurse, you have a very high chance of getting here. Try to use that opportunity if already you don't have a job back home or something. Or you want to change states.
Right. I think we have elaborated enough on that part, on the ways of coming to Australia. And the next thing would be, which is the best state to go? So Australia, here we have 6 states. That is Tasmania, Western Australia. Western Australia is Perth, New South Wales, Sydney, Victoria, Melbourne, South Australia, Adelaide, and Northern Territory, Darwin. And personally, me and my family, we are in Melbourne, Victoria, and we came to this state because I had a friend who was here, and it happens that he's a relative to my wife. So we came over here to Melbourne because at least we had someone who was already here. And I would really say that nowadays it doesn't matter where you go, because there's plenty of opportunities here in Australia. As a student, you really need to be a hard-working person, because you need to pay for your fees, you need to pay for where you live, you need to pay for all your living expenses and stuff. Therefore, I would just suggest that all states are equal. It doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're in Australia. You can make your ends meet, you can pay your fees, you can pay all your errands, and as long as you're a hard-working person and you know what you came to do over here. What do you want to say over there?
I don't think I got anything to add, because I'm in Melbourne. I would say, okay, come to Melbourne. But anyway, Melbourne is good. But what I just think of, what I would advise someone is, Melbourne doesn't have a lot of permanent residency vacancies. So if you go to those, because it is over flooded, like there's a lot of people here. So they are now trying to put the other states, like to encourage people to go to the other states. So they are giving out a lot of permanent residency there, like New South Wales, Western Australia, Canberra,
Territory.
Northern Territory, especially. That's the best place, especially if you want to settle here permanently. So mostly is like try regionals if you want to settle here permanently, if that is your long-term goal. But anyways, Australia is Australia. You can get here, and yet then you can find your way out of everything.
Right. The third question was settling if you don't know anyone.
So I think for that, if you want to come to Australia and you don't know anyone, let this not be the reason why you can't come to Australia. A lot of people here came when they were no one they knew. Other people come stranded in the airport and they end up getting somewhere. So if you want to come here and you don't know anyone, when you go to the agent, especially the agent I was telling you, they are able to plan for you. And is it homestay?
Yeah, it depends with you. They can organize with your uni or the school. Yeah.
Or they can find you somewhere to live before you get so you have to pay something for that. So it's like you are paying for accommodation or somewhere. So don't say, oh, I don't have someone in Australia, so I can't go there. You can come here. It's a very good land of hustling, of struggling. So if you believe in yourself, you don't have someone, you can come here, and then the ways will just open. You will wonder how it will. God doesn't bring you somewhere and leave you there stranded. He has a reason for everything.
One thing I would add is getting the right information. If you have someone here on the ground, they will really tell you that you just can't come here and you're told, oh, when you just arrive in Australia, you'll just get a job straight away, it will be easy for you to settle. No, it's a process. You really need to have planned yourself well, so that you don't go through stress, because we have seen a lot of people, friends, we wouldn't have wished for them to go through that, but they went through because they got wrong information. So personally, the agent that we have referred you to is a very good agent. She will really guide you well, and she will tell you the realities on the ground. I will not lie to you that, oh, once you arrive in Australia, there is money that is, that's just flowing. You can pick it like leaves from a tree. No, it's really a process. It takes time, for someone to settle. Some people it takes them 1 month. Some people it can take them 1 year. It just depends with how prepared you are.
And it depends with where you settle first. If you find people who are very encouraging, who are very hardworking, that if you end up there, then you're good to go. You won't take a long time. And if you are also a very hardworking person, a hustler, you won't stay there for more than 3 months without a job. So the last question was, can I come with my family? like children or spouses. I had spoken about spouses. So yeah, spouses is, if you have a spouse, the best thing is to come with them. It is you when you get here, you know the reason why I'm saying, because it is very hard to be alone, especially after work. You will be stressed or something has gone wrong. You don't have someone to communicate to. There's a time difference. You can't call someone there. Maybe it's midnight. So it's the best thing to do is to come together, and then you start your life together. So when you go to the agent we refer you to, you tell, okay, I have a spouse, I have a partner, I have a girlfriend. What do I do? Yeah. So children.
Yeah, bringing families and children. Usually, I would advise that it depends with your financial capability, because if you are well off or if you have got the financial capacity, you can come over here with your family and children. Usually, it would be a struggle at first because you're struggling to find a place to live. Usually, there's a process involved for you to have your own independent house, even though it's a place that you're renting, because you have to apply. They have to scrutinize your pay slips. They have to check if you have a permanent job, or, and stuff. So usually it's a process, but it depends on their financial capability, because I've seen people who have come here with their spouses and children, and they have been able to manage. So usually I would advise that if you are coming, just come with your spouse at first, and then you can nominate your children once you're settled, so that you don't involve your children in the hassle and the struggle of here and here. So otherwise, it's a good thing. It depends on your financial capacity, and it also depends if you've got a house over here when you're coming.
Yeah, and let no one advise you that it is hard to raise children here. If you've got kids, it is the best thing to have them here, because at least you can be able to, you can see them grow. So that's what we all want as parents. So when you apply, just apply with your children or you apply with your spouse, and then after that you come, you hustle, you get your space, you get a job, and then you can go bring your children. It is not very expensive to raise children here. They don't eat much. It's just exactly what we could have eaten in their house. So it won't be expensive. People say it's expensive to raise kids here, but no, it's not expensive, because it's just paying childcare or school that is going to be expensive. And even if in Kenya you put your children in a very good school, it is going to be expensive. It is not a very big difference with that. And plus here, you have your kids, you can see them every time, you can interact with them, which is very good. Yeah, but if it's not possible, don't stress. You can come, settle even for 1 or 2 years, get your PR, and then bring your kids. Yeah, so that's the best thing we can tell you.
Yeah, one more thing is currently the Australian borders have been shut since last year, I think March, up to now. So there are people back home who have their visas, they have their offer letters, they are waiting for their visas. I would like to tell them that you should not lose hope. The borders are going to reopen again. And for those who are really still interested in coming to Australia, please don't lose hope. This is a country of opportunities. It's it's a less populated country, a country with only approximately 30 or 35 million people. It's almost 3/4 size of Africa. So yeah, it's the good thing about this country is once you come into the system, you follow all the things that you're required to do. Definitely you'll settle here permanently with your family, or with your relatives and friends. So I would really advise that as you know that Kenya now it's in shambles. The economy is not growing. There's less opportunities for graduates. A lot of people are graduating. There's no job opportunities. I would really advise that you all try Australia. It's a bit expensive, but it's a return on investment. Yeah.
It is it's rewarding.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
And also to add on the visa, if you have your visa, just there's a lot of requirements before you find a job. So when you're coming to Australia, ensure that you have a bit of pocket money, because you will have to undergo some certifications. You have to do a lot of certifications before you get the job. You have to pay for your transport to work, to school. So to avoid so much stress like that, just have a little bit of pocket money to help you with this. So because if you have this, then you will find a job as quick as possible, and you don't have to be calling your parents all the time. Oh, can you send me blah blah blah? Can you help me with this? Yeah, it will reduce your stress a lot. Yeah, you have anything to add?
Not really. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for watching. You guys are so amazing. Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends and family. If you still have any queries, please don't forget to DM or to send a text. Yeah, thanks.
If you have any addition, comment down below. Send a DM to us. We are here to help you guys, so don't get stranded. I will also put the name and the number of the person that is the agent down in the description too. So yeah, thank you very much. Guys. You guys are so amazing. Bye.